Hi, hello. Welcome to BRR Knowledge Center. And in this today's session, we'll talk about how to set up SSH keys on Ubuntu. And as part of Ansible open source tool running as part of configuration management. So we will talk about several aspects as part of Ansible in the previous sessions, like introduction bit for Ansible and installing of Ansible on Ubuntu or Windows operating system, right? So and also we have played some sample playbooks using inventory file and have seen like how it is managing a remote host from the control machine or control node. Now, in this session, we'll talk about how the communication is going to happen between the Ubuntu server and a remote host, right? So there might be some way to connect with remote missions, right? So as we little bit we have discussed on SSH keys like secure socket no shell, which is a network protocol which is being used for communicating remote missions. Now, in this session, we'll talk about how to generate a key, kind of RSA key, which is going to be provide you the public key and private key. And these are helpful for communicating remote missions from the control machine. Let's jump into this and we'll see like how to create this stuff. And when we talk about SSH key, a secure shell is an encrypted protocol used to administer and communicate with servers when working with an Ubuntu server. Chances are you will spend most of your time in internal session connected to your server through SSH key. So if you wanted to generate an SSH key, so we must use a predefined command called SSH keygen from the Ubuntu server, or else if you wanted to generate similar key in the Windows operating system, so there also we use OpenSSH kind of software where it is going to provide SSH key generation command. So, so this SSH, the secure shell is often used to access remote systems. I think this SSH key generation command by default, generating key will create 3072-bit RSA key pair. It's again no cryptography algorithm. So Rivest and Shamir and Edlian kind of key pair, which is secure enough for most use cases. And after entering the command, we'll see the kind of below output, and based on that output, so you need to make sure that like whether you wanted to give a proper name for your public key or you wanted to save it in your current user folder, kind of stuff you will see. Like let's jump into Ubuntu server and see like how it is going to create. And this is my Ubuntu server. So right now I have in my root folder, and here I wanted to start creating my SSH key. So generating of the SSH key, as I mentioned, so we have to use SSH key, SSH-keygen. This is the command. If we can press this command, I think it is going to, the saying that generating public and private RSA key pair, enter file in which to save the key. If you want to save the key, you can specify the file. I'm saying bearer, and it is going to ask you the password, and you just give the password. And again it's going to ask you same, and then just press enter, and then it is going to generate the key as this way. The key fingerprint is SSH256. This is the encrypted no core, pair key it is generating, and it is storing in your user folder. So if you go and see what the key was generated, and you have to go to like cd home and Ramana is directory, and in this you have directory SSH. And if you type here, we have 3 files here. LS, and try to open one of the file ID underscore as rsa.pub. This is the public key. Use cat command and type here. Sorry. This is the key. You can see the key was in RSA format with 3072-bit, and which is a kind of cryptography algorithm is being used to generate this complete key based on the server. Okay, and you just type and see another command as well, id underscore RSA. And this is the complete stuff, as digital signature being used to share communication between your remote host and local machine or Ansible system. So generating these keys from Ubuntu or Linux is easy, and we have to thanks to the Ubuntu and WSL, that is Windows Subsystem Linux. I think we can follow same process for Windows 10, which we are using it right now, but there we need to generate using OpenSSH, and same key we have to copy into Ubuntu. So SSH keys can also be generated with the open source, as I told you, OpenSSH client built into Windows 10, or we can use a PuTTY kind of command for Windows 8.1. But either way, you can use any command. You generate this SSH key and share it to your remote host. So right now I was in the local machine, and I wanted to share this key to my, you know, the remote machine, which I'm going to run or manage my YAML file execution and the remote host. Let's come out from this SSH folder and just clearing and saying ls. And if you can see here, I have given a name called a bearer. In this also, it is saving my stuff here. Even you can see that the key name, right? Same thing, it is placing into your user folder, and also in the root folder. That is where it is asking you the name. Now we need to copy this entire stuff into your remote machine. So again, I'm going back to this user folder, that SSH, where I have my commands here. Now I wanted to keep these files in my remote machine, which is again my Windows, right? This is my user folder. Now I want to copy the entire stuff of this SSH key stuff into my Windows, and then I'm using CP and ID store. I wanted to copy these two keys, and so I'm using ID store to I'm just mounting C drive and users Ramana and SSH folder. So then it is going to copy all the files into the specified path. Mount C drive uses Ramana. Go back to your C drive uses Ramana here, and I think you have to enter into SSH folder again here and press here. If you look at here, it was being copied into this particular path, right? Same time. Now just see what is being copied here. RSA, this is the key, it is being copied, and you see the other one also, public key rsa.pub. And what you have to do is just compare the keys between this remote machine and local machine. Here, cat id underscore rsa, this is the key, and cat id underscore rsa.pub, this is a public key. And if you can compare the keys between these two servers, both should be same, otherwise it won't communicate. Okay, and if you look at here, right, this is my key ssh-rsa, and this is the key which is being started with a b3 njdsc. This is what, and ending with a8 equal, right? This is the same key being copied into my remote machine. This is my remote machine, right? So once it is done, when you start using of this Ansible models to run YAML files or playbooks, which is being again having YAML syntax, it is going to communicate using SSH. Like, I'm just coming out, and these are several YAML files I have right now, and I'm going to run YAML file, and this is my inventory file, and just running hello world, right? When I start running this, it is going to look for the public key here between this remote host and the local host, and this is my remote host, and the authentication was matched here, and then it is going to start executing my script, that is copying of content into this particular file. So successfully executed. So this is how it is going to happen now using SSH keys and the Ubuntu and WSL or OpenSSH commands. Like, So I hope you understand like how to generate a key, and you share that key between your remote host and local host before you run your Ansible program. Okay, and this is all about the output. It is coming out when you use SSH keygen, and this is what the output again. Identification has been saved into a so-called file id underscore rsa and id underscore rsa.pub. This is the public key which is being having a fingerprint of your key, right? And this is what creating of SSH keys from the Ubuntu server and sharing to your remote machine, and then start communicating using the secure circuit shell protocol here. I hope you understand the command like SSH hyphen keygen, which is going to populate the public and private key SHA-256 algorithm stuff, and we have shared it to your remote machine, and then we are going to establish a connection using SSH protocol, and then we ran some ML playbook, and we're able to see the output. This is how it is establishing connection between your control node and the remote node. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you understand the concept of generating SSH key and sharing between that key control node and remote host via SSH protocol. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe this channel for more videos.